Hey, loves, how's it going? I'm stoked to talk to you today because I am just have a lot of energy right now. I have 4 sessions today, and so when I have 4 sessions, I'm in this energy of, okay, yeah, cool. So that's me today. And I wanted to actually talk to you about wealth consciousness today because I recently put up a poll in the Sisterhood of the Mermaid Moon Facebook group of what you ladies were interested in learning about. And there was a top two. One of the ones was learning about how to talk to your angels and guides, and I'm going to have a lot more on that for you pretty soon here. And the other one was wealth consciousness, which is the idea of where are our subconscious beliefs at in regards to money and wealth. So first off in this discussion, let's just talk about money, right? Because in our world, and as like these beautiful, sensitive, light-working creatures that we are, we can kind of shy away from the idea of money as something that's either wrong or isn't worthy of our attention or our focus. And we can kind of push it away, even subconsciously. And we can also tend to think that those people that are maybe wanting to make a lot of money or focused on that are kind of wrong or sleazy in some way. And a part of this is understandable because we've seen a lot of people make money number one. And with that, it comes, money number one and soul kind of maybe on the bottom. But I know you and I know me, and soul is number one for us. So now attracting money and receiving money is now about actually just opening to the abundance of the universe that is ours to claim. And so I was just in a session with a client of mine, and then we were really talking kind of deeply about this, and I was really inspired to continue the conversation with you in this public format. So I also had a question with her of, imagine what it would be like if all of the empowered, awake women in our world, hi Beans, my cat, so cute. Imagine what it would be like if all of the awake and empowered women of the world claimed that money was something that came from source energy, was always available to us, and we were sovereign. We are sovereign. So this is the idea that money doesn't come from the man. We've been raised for millennia to believe that money and our security comes from the man, whether that's our partner, whether that's our father, or whether that's the man of society in general. But imagine what it would be like if all of the empowered women of the world, and if you happen to be a man watching this, wherever you see it, hi, Kristen. So Kristen is actually the person that I just talked to you about. I was meeting with a client that I was inspired to continue this conversation for. So imagine what it would be like if the beautiful, empowered people of this world really claimed and owned that our abundance is our birthright, and, yes, we're allowed to make money. It's actually our birthright to receive money, and it can be easy. Well, what kind of things would we invest in? Especially think about the empowered woman. So we might, and I like this idea, well, maybe we might invest in an awesome greenhouse for our community so we could have a local food, and we could lessen our dependence on the oil, the system of oil. Maybe we would invest in our child's education. Kristen says, yes, I'm fucking powerful. Yes, I am fucking powerful. Yeah, you are. We would invest in like amazing education for our children. We would invest in really good food. We would invest in the community. So first off, the first step in wealth consciousness is actually allowing yourself to love money. I remember talking to a friend of mine who actually has a decent amount of money, and she was saying about her trick, or the secret to it, is that she genuinely loves money. And this was a couple years ago, so I said, okay, I love money. And she was like, I call bullshit. I don't believe it. I don't feel it from you. You actually have to love money. So I was like, okay. And what an invitation, right? An invitation to love money as a light worker, right? And you can even feel into some of these subconscious beliefs about, no, you're not supposed to love money. Money is wrong, or money is the root of all evil, or if you love money, then you're superficial and blah, 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 blah. So first off, it's really good to like connect with those subconscious beliefs, see what subconscious beliefs you might be experiencing around money. And the first one to kind of clear out is any distaste, any distrust of money. And actually allow yourself to love money as an abundant frequency of the universe. So you can talk about it as claiming money, or you can talk about it as claiming the abundance of the universe that was always yours and is you to begin with. It's the same thing. So first step in wealth consciousness, open to love money. Thanks for all the hearts. Just loving the hearts. Heart. And the second step now is let's investigate some of our subconscious beliefs around money. So there's two parts from my lensing to wealth consciousness. The first part is, Kristen's going crazy with the hearts. I love it. The first part is releasing old beliefs. The second part is adding the new true beliefs in. So we were just, hopefully Kristen doesn't mind me sharing about our session that we just had, but we were connecting with, we got some hearts, so I feel like it's probably okay. And we discovered something in her system that's in my system too, that's in a lot of people's system, which is money is hard work. So great, Kristen says not at all, thank you. So yeah, this idea of money is hard work. So I have to work really hard for this money. I have to, slave away. I have to, sacrifice my health and my well-being, and that's associated with receiving money. So if we're in that space, our beliefs dictate our reality. So if we believe that money is really hard to come by, we have to work really hard, then money is only going to come to us for the most part if we're working really hard and we're honoring that belief, right? So we need to start to clear some of these beliefs out. One that I encountered, which is similar to what we were just talking about in this session that I just had with Kristen, was the idea that money comes from very traditional masculine roles. I found a belief in my system a couple years ago that said that money only comes from, masculine positions, like if I'm an engineer, or if I'm a doctor, if I'm a lawyer. But if I'm creative and fluid and artsy, money doesn't come from that, right? We think about the starving artist syndrome. So we have all these subconscious beliefs about where money actually comes from and how it can come to us. And it's really important that we start to sit down with ourselves and do some work around clearing them. And what we can do when we find these beliefs is we can actually use a prayer. And this prayer I'm sharing to you from my teacher, Christy Marie Sheldon. And this is where I got this prayer from. And we go, okay, anything in my system that believes that money has to be really hard work, Spirit, please clear, release, delete that across all time, dimension, space, reality, and just see white light pouring into your field, pouring into your nervous system. In the nervous system, we find beliefs, pouring into the cells, pouring into the blood, pouring into every part of your body and your being, your energy, your chakras, is white light. Anywhere that I believe that money comes from the man, anywhere where I believe that money comes from outside of myself, and I have to sacrifice myself in order to receive it, Spirit, please clear, release, delete, and transmute that across all time, dimension, space, reality. And seeing that white light pour in. And this isn't just a prayer that we do once. Whenever we find blocking or limiting beliefs in our system with money or with anything else, right? Even with love or with our purpose or our self-expression or our sexuality, whatever it is. Okay, I found this belief. I'm going to clear, release, delete that across all time, dimension, space, reality, and we bring that prayer into our day. Oh my God, it's just so great. We bring that prayer into our day over and over and over again. Because if you think about it, how old are you? Think about that number. I'm 27. So I have 27 years of society's conditioning coming my way. And so one prayer is not going to unravel that. And this is something I didn't understand a few years ago. I was doing my affirmations. I was doing my abundance affirmations, but I didn't understand that 5 minutes of affirmations, every 3 days was not going to be enough to counteract 20-something years of societal programming around money. So I really needed to actually up my game and actually make wealth consciousness a priority. And that's what I did, and I actually found that things shifted. So Amanda says she's 31, so 31 years of societal conditioning, right? So let's just find out where we want to go from here. Okay, so just allowing yourself in this moment to just feel what it would feel like to just let yourself be the abundant self that you are. Because here's the thing, our truths are inherently abundant. We're not trying to get anywhere that we're not already at. Like we are abundance itself. That is our truth. So as we unpeel these layers, unpeel the onion layers, we unpeel these limiting beliefs, we clear, release, delete them across all time, dimension, space, reality. We just make way for our truth to emerge. And I was doing this pretty strongly about a year and a half ago. I remember it was the full moon in Leo. I was feeling a little bit sick. And I just remember I was doing some wealth clearing, consciousness clearing. And I was like, does this really work? Like, it feels like something's happening, but I felt a little bit silly because I was just like, you know, clear, release, delete this across all time, dimensions. I was like, is this actually working? And I can tell you from experience, it did work. Yes, I definitely, every time I focus on my wealth consciousness, I experience an up-leveling in my income. Sometimes, you know, sometimes it takes a while, and sometimes I'll just focus on wealth consciousness for one day, and then the next day I have unexpected money coming in. So it's really cool. You want to think about the universe is always pouring abundance and blessings to you. It's just how open are we to receiving them through our wealth consciousness and our subconscious beliefs. Right? We might also have energy that says, I'm not worthy of receiving money, right? A lot of us, I think all of us in our society, have shame about this, that, or the other thing. Sexual shame, shame about past decisions. And on some level in our shadow selves, we feel that we're not worthy of that abundance and that support because, oh, they don't know that I did this, or they don't know I think this, or, you know, if they did, you know, I wouldn't be worthy, so I'm not worthy. And so we can block it out that way. So you can right now say, any part of me that believes that I'm unworthy of receiving abundance and money, any part of me that believes I'm unworthy of receiving a lot of money for no reason at all, I just receive it, you know, please clear, release, delete, and transmute that across all time, dimension, space, reality. So Amanda says, and don't want to become like the rich we know. Okay, Amanda's bringing up a very good point. So a lot of the time when we were being raised, especially if we're being raised in middle-class families or maybe families that are, you know, I don't want to say poverty, but like if you didn't have a lot of money growing up, Ross says, this is exactly what I needed to hear today. Thank you for your wisdom and light. I'm so glad it's serving you. So when we're raised, you know, I was raised like this, you know, the rich people were the snooty ones, right? The rich people were like the fucking annoying ones. And nobody wanted to be like the rich people because they were just kind of the assholes, right? That's how I was raised. So guess what? When our basic drive as humans is to receive love, is to be loved and to belong. So if we associate through our family or the people that we loved growing up had a thing about rich people that they didn't like, well, on a subconscious level, we're going to make sure we're not that rich person because that rich person doesn't get the love of our family and friends. So we're not going to be that person. So now we have to undo the beliefs of anywhere in my system that I feel like it's not safe to be rich and I'm not going to be loved if I'm rich. Anywhere I believe that my family is going to desert me or people aren't going to love or appreciate or respect me if I'm rich, please clear, release, delete, and transmute that across all time, dimension, space, reality. So that is the first part of wealth consciousness, is the clearing, is clearing out all that stuff. And, you know, within that step, there are different steps of being aware of the limiting beliefs and then actually clearing them out through prayer and through energy work. So then we get into the other second step, which is the just really vibing out on the truth. This is what I was doing maybe 3 or 4 years ago, right? I was doing a lot of affirmations of money comes easily to me and it's safe to be wealthy, etc. But I was doing 5 minutes a week and I didn't do the clearing stuff. So I had all this subconscious belief that was like, money is this, and money is that, and money is this. And then I was just trying to add into it. I was like, money is great. I can attract money. I needed to clear. I really needed to clear first. So that's a really big step. Now, once we're clear and we have space, we can add the new beliefs. So one second, I'm going to get you something. I'll be right back. Okay, so I just heard the sticker before. So here is my new beliefs, kind of. I did this maybe about a year and a half ago now. I still have it above my office. So you can see I'm open to being wealthy. I'm rich. My bank account is overflowing. I use money to create a better world. You know, I'm filled with great abundance now. The perfect clients are actively seeking me out and are so excited to invest to work with me. I'm always traveling and having the best time ever. Yeah, I am. So now this is on my wall, and you can do this too. You can, like, I got the watercolor out and had some fun with this. As you can see, I got the stickers. Thanks for the hearts. These hearts are just so great. Kristen says, so gorgeous and powerful. So this is something that you can do, and you can start to just tell yourself this. You know, my income is constantly increasing, and let it feel good, right? When you're working with affirmations, the key thing is that they feel good. You know, if you're kind of like, oh, I don't believe that's true, and I have resistance to it, and it just feels like bullshit, it's not going to be as ideal as it could be if you just find a new belief or a new affirmation that actually feels like a fit. So just because I am open to being wealthy on my sheet doesn't mean that that's what you need to tell yourself if that doesn't feel exciting for you. You want to find affirmations that feel exciting for you and powerful for you. Money comes easily to me. I like that one. Money comes easily to me. Why not? It kind of does, actually, based on, you know, me changing that belief and money just coming to me. And I go, okay, cool. And you can do that. So you can also do some bonus, like, homework. Go on YouTube and search money affirmations or wealth affirmations. And I have one that I love, and I downloaded it to my iTunes, and I just put it on. It's like a half-an-hour thing, and it's like, same thing. This is a guy saying, money comes easily to me. You know, my income is constantly increasing, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so I'm just, like, looking out to see who's coming and see if anyone's going to knock on my door. No, okay, we're good. Okay, so yeah, I put that on, and you can do that. So step 1, clearing. Step 2, add the new beliefs in. And this is what I want to communicate to you. If you are a healer, or you want to be a healer or a coach or a teacher or someone that's in business for yourself in a spiritually based way, and this, if you're not that, you know, in that energy, this still might apply to you. But if you have put out any products or programs or services in the past before, and you haven't really met that, you know, maybe goal that you had in mind for your income, or you felt like, oh, I don't know if this is working. The thing to keep in mind is that that's not an indicator of how good you are of a healer. Like, you're probably a fucking amazing healer. You're born to do this, right? It's not an indicator of if this is going to work out for you and if you're one of those people. It's not an indicator of any of that. What's coming to you of, you know, how much money you're able to receive from the products or services that you're offering is an indicator of your wealth consciousness. And so if you're not making as much money with the products and services that you've offered in the past, again, it doesn't mean that you're not meant for this. You know, I've been definitely through this. I have failed so many times and, you know, not had a lot of income coming from different projects I've worked on. It doesn't mean that the path is not for you. It just means that the wealth consciousness needs to increase. We need to up our wealth consciousness. We need to up our allowing of how much we're letting in our lives. And that process, this process that I just shared with you in this video, step 1, clear, step 2, add in new true beliefs, is the pathway to increase your wealth consciousness. How else can you increase your wealth consciousness? So we talked about the YouTube affirmations. You could go get a book. There's tons of really great books out there. There's, like, I haven't read this one, but Money, A Love Story by Kate Northrup. You can just search wealth consciousness books online and see what you find. You can even connect with teachers who are wealth consciousness teachers. There are some teachers out there. You can just kind of search around and ask around. Jillian Anderson is one of the women I follow, and I get emails from her constantly about upping and increasing my wealth consciousness. You can do those things. And of course, you can let yourself feel wealthy in all ways, because wealthy is a feeling. So you can just allow yourself to feel wealthy because the sun is shining. And now that's your frequency. So you're inviting more in. You can allow yourself to feel wealthy because your cat's really fucking cute. And she's just so cute. And so I feel wealthy because that's great. You can allow yourself to feel wealthy because you have fresh air to breathe. Right? It's about like attracts like. So in our wealth consciousness, we go through the clearing, the adding in the new true affirmations. And then we just allow ourselves to feel wealthy because that is our truth. Wealth, abundance, support is our truth. So this takes time, okay? This process actually takes time. When I started doing this wealth consciousness work, it took about 3 months before I really saw changes, like significant changes in my income. So this is what I was sharing with Kristen before in our session before about the path of entrepreneurship. This is what I'm going to share with you about the path of wealth consciousness. Persistence is the key, right? It's not about doing something once and then if it doesn't really work, then giving up. It's about keep going with your wealth consciousness. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you want to set up a schedule where every day you set 20 minutes or half an hour aside for your wealth consciousness. And 20 minutes or half an hour a day, you do clearing statements. I'm clear, release, delete this belief across all time, dimension, space, reality. And maybe the next day you do 20, 30 minutes of awesome affirmations and you make a fun little piece of paper like that. And then the next day you just sit in meditation and just feel the vibration of abundance all around you and just visualize all the abundant things that you're so excited about receiving in your life. And the next day you do more clearing statements, right? If you want to up your wealth frequency, then you got to put in the time, right? Because again, take your age, that's how many years of societal bullshit conditioning around money that you are working with, okay? So this needs to be like a thing in your life. And I guarantee you, if you make it a thing, you will see the results. Okay, so I have a couple more sessions to actually jump off to today. So I am going to hop off this live broadcast with you. So if any of you have any questions or comments, please let me know. This is a path that I'm still on. I want to be making more money where I'm at right now. I have goals. I want to buy land. I want things like this. So I'm going to be doing this work with you. Like, this is a constant process. But it's a really cool experience to having gone from worrying about how I'm going to pay my rent to booking flights to Europe and not worrying about it. So this is what happens when we work with wealth consciousness. And this is available for all of us because all of our truths are wealthy, you included. You are not excluded from this absolutely basic rule. You're an abundant being. So let's work with our wealth consciousness to kind of really honor that. And I'm going to do some more work because I think I've been slacking on my wealth consciousness work. I was telling that to Kristen. I kind of get in these modes where I do the wealth consciousness work and then I see my income rise and I'm like, sweet, and then I chill. And then it just kind of like stays like that. And I'm like, oh, no, I got to keep it going to the next level. So whatever our next levels are at, may we rise to them and may we understand how beautiful it is to actually claim our abundance. You're worth it. It's safe to love money. It's totally okay. In fact, it can be spiritual. Oh my God, to love money? No, really? Yeah, it's true. Okay, love you girls and we'll chat later.